Hello friends. So in this video I want to talk about the fractions. Okay. So remember my video from the rational numbers. So fractions are nothing but rational numbers. Okay. And one way of representing a rational number is simply uh, represent them with the help of a numerator and denominator. Okay, if you watch the video of rational numbers, you will understand that either number can be fractions can be represented using a numerator. Okay, this part is known as numerator. Okay, and this part is denominator. Okay, so what this means, I will explain you in a minute. So there is another way of representing the fractions. You can say that fractions is like 3 is divisible by 5. That is another way of saying that this is a fraction. So this is equivalent to 3 by 5. Okay, so this is not the purpose of this video, is to show you the representation. So basically in my previous video I have mentioned about the visualizing the fractions, like what it means in the real world, how to visualize the fractions. Okay, so we are trying to understand the meaning of the fractions, okay, and how this is it is useful in the real world. So basically the fractions are okay, so basically you have a whole, okay, you're something which is, you can call it as a whole, okay, like one pizza, right? It's a whole. So you have not divided it, you have not eaten anything, you have not done anything to that pizza, it just arrived and you received it. So you receive a whole pizza, and what you have to do is you have to divide it among your friends. So you have to say there are many friends, but you decided, okay, let's, for example, let's say there are 4 friends. You decided to divide that whole into 4 pieces. Okay, so each one of them get 1 piece. So now what happens is we have divided into the pizza into 4 parts. Okay, we have divided into 4 parts, but I cannot say this is the division is not perfect if we have divided into something like this. Okay, it has to be equal parts. Okay, so if I divided like this and this, okay, 1 2 3, and then one more division I do, so I got 4 pieces like this also, right? This is also 4 parts, but the problem is they are not equal parts. This is also 4 parts. Okay, this is not 4 parts. Okay, these are not equal, and that one is equal. The first one, the first division that we did is actually equal. All parts are equal. Okay, so if this kind of division is done, one person will get more pizza than the other one. So the friends will become angry, and they will fight among each other. But this one is a fair division of pizza into 4 equal parts, and if one person receives it, he actually received 1 out of 4. That is what fraction means. So there is another person receiving one more. We can say it's they are receiving 1 out of 4. Another person receive one pizza, one slice, so you can say they are receiving 1 out of 4. Okay, and this one is 1 out of 4. So that is what fraction means. Okay, let's see another example. Okay, so the first thing you need to consider is that parts are equal. Whenever you divide it into equal parts, only then you can apply the rule of fractions, otherwise not. Okay, otherwise the rule of fraction doesn't apply. It's not a fraction then. If the parts are not equal, you cannot take count out something out of it, and if you count, it will not make sense. It is not actually a fraction. Won't call it as a fraction. Okay, so let's say I have one more. I have a box. Okay, a big large box, or I can say I have a chocolate bar. Okay, I have a chocolate bar, and I decided to cut this bar into 2 halves. One I give it to my two parts, 1 part and 2 part. Both are equal. Okay, both parts are equal. If they are not equal, I cannot use this fraction as a fraction. I cannot take fraction out of it. So I decided to give one of them to my friend. Okay, he was hungry, so I gave it to him. And as soon as I gave one of them, okay, what portion of this chocolate I gave, or this bar I gave to my friend? What fraction? So if you look in terms of fraction, I have 2 parts, so that is going to be my denominator, and how much I have, which piece I gave to my friend, that's 1. So basically I gave half of my chocolate bar to my friend, and the rest of them is with me. Okay, so because I have made 2 divisions, if I give one of them, okay, 2 equal divisions, if I give one of them to my friend, I got only half remaining with me. Or otherwise you can say I have given half to my friend. Okay, what about 4 division or 5 divisions? So this is 1. The whole is actually always equal to 1. Okay, now what you're doing is you are actually dividing whole into parts, and that also equal parts. Okay, so and this I can prove in 2 minutes. I can prove this, that these all is the whole is equal to 1. It's always equal to 1. Okay, I can prove that. So I got 5, and this box is 1 by 5. I hope you agree with me, because all of the examples shows the same thing. This one shows 1 of the 5. This one is also 1 5. I keep adding all the fractions. This is also 1 out of 5. This is the same thing. It is all 1 out of 5. So I keep adding it, 1 by 5. Keep adding it. So this is also 1 by 5. So I got 5 part, right? 5. So basically what I want to say is that the base denominator will remain same. Okay, and how many part, because we are taking a fraction out of 5, so base remains same. We are taking fractions out of what? That is what the denominator represent. So it's always going to be same. But this one, the counting of the digits. The counting is will change, or you can say you can multiply or divide or do anything with the top portion, the numerator. Numerator represent how much we have actually counted. So here I counted 1, I counted one more here, I counted one more. I keep adding 1 for 5 times. Okay, numerator makes a difference. It is the one which we took from the whole, right? When the whole is divided into equal parts, that equal part remains same. If this part is divided into 2, it's always going to be 2. If this is divided into 5 parts, it's always going to be 5. But how much we took matters. So I took 1 here, I took 1 part here, that matters. I took 5 part here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts is available for me. I counted 5. So I am going to add all the 5 parts divided by my denominator, my 5 parts. And if I told you that this is division, right? Simple division. 5 over 5 is equal to 1. So in this way I proved that all the fractions, if a whole is divided, with whole is 1, but if it is divided into equal parts, and if you collect all the parts and add them together, again you're going to get 1. Okay, no matter how many division you make. Suppose I add 1 by 2 here, 1 by 2, this is also 1 by 2, so I add 1 by 2. Okay, and as I told you, the division is 2, it is also always going to be 2 only. Okay, and this part is counting, so we have taken 1, now I am taking 2, one more part we have taken. So far we have not taken this part, right? We have not counted this part, we have only counted one of the fractions. But now I am counting both, I am counting this part and this part also. So I am adding 1 plus 1 equals 2 over 2. So this is going to be 1. So that's the idea of fraction. That's how you visualize the fraction. Okay, whole is always 1, and you divide the whole into multiple or equal parts, and how many of them you count is on the numerator. Okay, that's what matters, that's what make the fractions. Okay, let's take a look at fractions. Take a look at the fractions on a number line. You remember number line? The number line is one which the number line has all the integers, right? So we can use that number line to show the fraction on number line. Let us see how it looks over there. That's another way of representing, or you can call it another way of showing fractions on the number line. So this is my number line. So I have a number line, okay, and the number line I divide into equal parts. So this is 0 in the center, and this part is positive 1, then 2, positive 3, and 4. Similarly, I have negative in the side, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Okay, so this, suppose I took this to this part as one whole, okay, as one complete whole. Okay, it has 4 divisions, which I agree. I have 4 divisions, 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions. What I want to do is I want to say how much it is. Okay, so this part is 1 by 4. This part is another 1 by 4. This part is another 1 by 4. This part is another 1 by 4. Together they make 4 by 4 equals 1 whole. So that's simple. That's the idea behind it. If you are not convinced, then we can do it like this also. So they don't have to be 4 parts only. Okay, I can show you in a different way. Suppose I have a number line. So in this number line, what I am going to do, this part is 0, and I can say this is 1 whole. This is 1 whole on the number line. Now I can divide it into equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there are 6 parts. So what I want to do is there is a line I draw from here to here, from 0 to some point, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so from here to 3. So what is this represents? It represents 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 6. Right? 3 out of 6. This part represents also 3 out of 6. This is also 3 out of 6. And together it is 6 out of 6. So this makes it 1 whole. Okay, so usually I can show you this in a different way, but you get the idea, right? Between 0 to 1 whole, you can have many subdivisions. Okay, you can divide it as many times as you want. Okay, if you divide it, that's going to be added here in the denominator, and how much you count, how much you have taken, or what line you have drawn, how much you have counted will go here in the denominator, in the numerator, and that is going to be your fraction. Each of these selections that you make, counting that you do, is going to be your numerator, and numerator over denominator is going to be your fraction. And if you count all of them, okay, no matter how you count, since they are all your equal parts, if you count all of them together, if you sum them together, you're going to get this 1 back. Okay, so in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you fractions that are more than 1. Okay, so far we have limited ourselves to fractions that are within 1, but what if the sum of the counting are done which are more than 1? So what about them? So this is we'll discuss in the next video. Okay, I hope you like this video, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much.